Good morning. Good morning. What is going on, you beautiful people? It's 3:10 a.m. I am on my way to the gym. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and time date this particular video because I think it's important to what I'm going to talk about. It's November 29th. We are less than 33 days away from a brand new year. And the question that's on everybody's mind is, how am I going to pull off having a better year than what I did this year? Then the second question, which is of a more moderate scale, is how am I going to stop doing the same things that I've been doing in the new year? And then the question that the majority of the population is asking is, can I make the new year even count? The last 2 or 3 months, I've been doubling down on my efforts. I've been doubling down on the events that I go to, doubling down on the intake of the information that I'm getting, doubling down with the intention, with the purpose of visualizing a new year 10 times better than this year. There's no reservation about whether or not it's going to be good. My effort right now is showing that it will be. I'm not making New Year's resolutions right now. I'm still in this year, so I'm doubling down on my efforts because I know that the momentum that I leave out of this year with will be the same momentum that slingshots me through the beginning part of next year. There used to be a time when it felt like you could pull up on the brakes. October, weather's changing. Halloween, gotta spend time with the kids, gotta go get them snacks. Right after that, gotta put out the decorations for Thanksgiving. You know how that is. Oh, Christmas is here. Ate a little bit too much at Thanksgiving, but I gotta hang them lights up, gotta get ready for Christmas. I remember TD Jakes talking about how God will sometimes delay your ability to even provide Christmas gifts. Not because he doesn't want you to have a good Christmas, but simply because if he delays the ability to do what you think you can do right now, and you build on what God's process is, he'll make the next 50 Christmases better than you could have ever imagined. That stuck with me. That carries weight with me. That makes sense to me. So it doesn't put so much pressure on the fact that it's Halloween, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. What do you have to do that's bigger than that? Because as much as it's okay to be thankful on Thanksgiving, it's good and it's better to be thankful every single day. As much as it is to want to celebrate Christmas, you should want to celebrate Christ every day. So when you pick this time of the year, and by the way, we just came out of a Tony Robbins seminar, and inside of this retreat, inside of this summit meeting, it says that all the Fortune 500 companies, all the big dogs out there, have their best year right now during the holiday season. Because it's prime time to take somebody else's market share. It's prime time to take somebody else's market share. But the topic of this conversation was the new year. See, because if you take into the new year how you're leaving out this year, I can almost guarantee that you're going to get the same results, the same outcome. That's why what you want for the following year or the year to come is important on how you are finishing off this year. I was on the treadmill yesterday, and I'm taking up my speed on my running. I'm not running longer distance. I'm just taking up my speed. I want to see how fast I can complete my miles. And I was fairly happy with the results. And I was a little bit mentally tired. I don't think I physically get tired. Mentally, you say, I'm tired of running in circles, right? It's all in the name of exercise, but at some point you say, I'm still running in a circle. But I got to that last lap, and I was ready to hit the stop button. He said, you know what? I said, greatness is on the other end of that stop button. And what I meant by that was, if you push yourself just a little bit harder, do just a little bit more, become super focused on what's going to really matter. I forgot where I was at yesterday. I don't remember where I was at. But I started thinking about how much money I wanted to make next year. Got the figure in my head and said, okay. Then I said, well, how much volume do I have to do? So I got the volume down. And then I said, what's my GCI? That GCI in my business is considered gross commission income. So what do I make before I pay out taxes? What do I make before marketing and business expenses? What do I make? And I said, well, how much volume do I have to do? And then how often do I have to repeat this volume on a monthly basis? And it was 1.85. Obviously, there's not an 85% of a home. So it's probably 2 homes a month. I want to say that I'm close to my goal of 40 transactions for this year. I would only have to do 22 transactions next year to eclipse my financial gains of this year. When you become super focused, hyper focused, when you can see the numbers, you can break them down, you can chart out a destination that is paved in success, how can you not go into a new year knowing that you have the ability and the power to make it whatever you want to be and build on that forever and ever? I believe God gave us the infinite ability to grow. I mean, man, they're making computers out here that's smarter than some people. And not smarter because the computer is better, because the computer was built by a man. But computers have no excuses. And if you put antivirus protection on it, well, it will never get sick. Steve Jobs was a brilliant individual. He said, I wanted to build a computer that doesn't get sick, so it has built-in antivirus software. He took his brain, put it inside of a computer, and said, this is how it works. So I'm at the point of certainty of what next year will bring. I'm at the point of knowing what next year will bring. Purpose-driven and certain. With laser beam focus on the results that I want. So you might be watching this video asking yourself, well, how do I get that? It's not easy. It's 3:21 in the morning. I'm driving to a gym that doesn't even open up until 4 o'clock. I have books sitting in my passenger seat. A journal where I keep accurate accounts of what's going on. It's not easy. But the question is where do I start? You start with yourself. You start with believing who you are. You start knowing without a doubt that your abilities are infinite. Your purpose is certain. And that God cannot fail. God cannot fail. And if you know these things, then each day you build another block in the name of creating this masterful piece considered your dynasty, your legacy. Your empire. But one way that you will not achieve that is that thinking by pulling up and putting your foot on the brake right now is going to slingshot you into some type of high-level purpose come 2019. I dated this a little bit further than I wanted to. You might find yourself in for a very, very rude awakening. Because you get what you give. And if you think that now's the time to pull up, well, you'll be trying to catch that momentum next year. While people like me will be out there looking for market shares that I can take from people like you who gave yourself the excuse that the holiday was the perfect time to do nothing. I'll take on a couple more seminars. I'll run more miles. I'll pick up my speed. I'll watch my diet. I will pray more. I will communicate with my family better. And I will let them know that we are not pulling up for the holiday. Because the sacrifice we do today will allow us to live like nobody else lives tomorrow. What are you in it for? Right now? Or the next 10, 15, 20 years? It's your decision. It's up to you. You make the choice.